Hi there. Thanks for watching my views and news. Two news stories. Firstly, a dangerous news story from Somalia about Ethiopia. Secondly, a Tigray delegation has landed in Humera city, Western Zone. Tigray calls it Western Tigray. Amhara region calls it Humera, Volkait, Sagede, Colonel Domak Zadu welcomed this delegation. Big news, a breakthrough. What happened there is the issue, the dispute about the status of Western Zone has been solved. Let's start from Somalia, where it seems that uh, history is being revised. History about Ethiopia. Ethiopia and Somalia have been at the loggerheads since January when Ethiopia signed MOU to gain access to sea through Somaliland in return of recognizing Somaliland as a country. Somalia calls this MOU a violation of its sovereignty and territorial integrity. And we saw statements in recent months from the leaders in Somalia saying that Ethiopia is in occupation of Somalia's territories. History is being revised, geography is being revised in Somalia. In Mogadishu schools, textbooks have been changed. Primary, secondary, middle classes are being taught new history, new geography about Ethiopia-Somalia relations, about Ethiopia-Somalia border. Videos are in circulation showing teachers teaching students that Ethiopia is an existential threat to Somalia. It is being taught that Ethiopia is in occupation of Somalia's territories. If children from a very early age are taught and brainwashed that Ethiopia is an aggressor, that Ethiopian territories under that Somalia's territories under the occupation of Ethiopia, you can imagine what these generation would grow up thinking and what would be their views about Ethiopia, about their neighbor. Somalia has been making claims that its territories were occupied by Ethiopia, by Kenya in the past too. But I am not aware of it being taught at schools. Now, video is in circulation showing teachers teaching students. Political issues should be solved by politicians. Government should solve political issues through dialogue. Where was this claim of Somalia about its territories under the occupation of Ethiopia and Kenya last year? Last year, Ethiopia was a friend, a brother for Somalia, and now Ethiopia has turned into an aggressor. Yes, there are issues between the two countries. We don't support Ethiopia, but the issues should be solved through negotiation, through dialogue. Spreading hate against each other will eventually lead to violence, which won't be good for the two sides. Ethiopia will revise history as well. I mean, history is written by governments, by rulers, by winners. Ethiopia can make claims to territories of other countries. Basically, it will lead to nothing. Borders cannot be redrawn. Ethiopia now cannot gain access to Assam just because Ethiopia and Eritrea were under one government decades ago. Somalia will not be able to retake Somali region. So Borders cannot be redrawn by uh, revisiting, changing history. Only conflicts can be promoted, I think. Secondly, the Tigray delegation has landed in Humera city. Big breakthrough. Humera, Volkai, Sagade, Tigray called this zone Tigray, Western Tigray. Amhara region has claims as well to this region, to this zone. This zone has deployment of federal forces and Amhara forces too. Colonel Damag Zaidu is head of security there. The same Damag Zaidu who fought against Tigray fighters to retake these areas in Tigray war. The status of the area is still unclear. Federal forces are there too. But before determination of the status of the area, Tigray IDPs are going to return to their homes. The IDPs from Humera, Vulkai, Sagade. Tigray has been claiming that thousands of Tigrayans were expelled from this western zone, that ethnic cleansing was committed during Tigray war. Amharas claim that when EPRD was in power, Tigrayans were settled here. Amharas were killed, they were expelled from here. So both sides have their own versions of what happened in Western Zone in recent years and decades. A big breakthrough is that a Tigray delegation consisting of Tigray elders have landed in Humera. Landed means it arrived by air, reportedly. It was welcomed by Colonel Damaik Zaidu. Another delegation is going to cross Takeze River and enter Sagade, reportedly. It will hold talks there too. What are the talks about? The talks about the determination of the status of the area. The talks are about return of IDPs, reportedly. Tigray wants people from Western Zone who are in Shire, etc., to return to their homes. IDPs from Raya have returned. IDPs from Salanti have largely returned to. IDPs from Western Tigray, Humera, Volka, Sag, they could not return. Colonel Damak Zadu has been opposing the return of IDPs, saying that the people who want to return are not genuine, original residents of the area. Rather, they were settled here, they occupied homes and properties of Amharas. But now talks will be held. It's a big breakthrough that at least Damak Zadu led administration and Tigray side are holding discussions. Obviously, Ethiopian National Defense Force is mediating. Without ENDF, obviously, there cannot be any safe return of IDPs. ENDF is the main player in Western Zone. Reportedly, ENDF played a main role here to bring the two sides together. Fisseha, the head of police in Tigray, and General Migbe have been tasked with the return of IDPs. They're holding talks with the other side in Western Zone. It's good to see, by the way, that at least Tigray and Amhara sides are holding discussions with the mediation of ENDF. If IDPs return, one day the issue of the status of Western Zone will also be solved, hopefully. Thanks for watching.